good morning. Okay, we are about to start our pre-bid for today, which is being live streamed through the YouTube website. Okay, so in attendance for the back, we have our chairperson, ARD Isidro Encarnacion.
Yes po, good morning. Good
Good
morning,
morning,
everyone.
sir. We have back member, regular for all types of procurement, Engineer Marisa Aguzar.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning po sa lahat.
And Chief of the Implementing Unit, Construction Division, Engineer Robert Naval.
Good morning po, ma'am. Good morning po
Good
sa lahat.
morning, and I am Cheryl Antonio David from the Administrative Division. So we have 4 members present. We have a quorum. We are assisted today by the members of the Secretariat and Technical Working Group, and of course by the Procurement Unit headed by Engineer Alex Bertuda. So for today's activities, we have also invited our observers from NACAP, the Commission on Audit, and CCWI. And as of this time, it's 10:16 in the morning. They have yet to enter our virtual meeting room. So for confirmation, procurement unit, is there any attending interested bidder on site po?
No on-site po.
Okay, thank you. Sige po. And for the information of everybody, we have transferred our live stream activities from Facebook to YouTube, okay, in compliance with the instruction from our central office. Okay, sige po. So we have 5 projects for pre-bid conference today, all to be implemented by the Construction Division. We may now start the discussion of the details of the projects.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Engineer Jara Govino from Construction Division. Contract ID number 24D011, Re-Advertisement, GUINAYANGAN, TAGKAWAYAN, Diversion Road, Package A, Quezon. 24D042, Re-Advertisement, MANILA, CAVITE, Bypass Road, Package B, CAVITE. 24D043, Re-Advertisement, SANGLEY Airport Access Road, Package E, Cavite. 24D044, Re-Advertisement, SANGLEY Airport Access Road, Package F, Cavite. 24D064, Re-Advertisement, Alaminos, San Pablo City Bypass Road, Package K, Laguna. Items of work. Part A, Facilities for the Engineer. 8.1.18, Provision of Field Office for the Engineer, Rental Basis per month. 8.1.26, Operation and Maintenance of 4x2 Pickup Type Service Vehicle for the Engineer, Vehicle per month. 8.1.41, Provision of Progress Photographs per month. Common items on Part B, Other General Requirements. B.5, Project Billboard or Signboard, each. B.71, Occupational Safety and Health Program per month. B.81, Traffic Management per month for contract ID numbers 24D043, 44, and 64. B.9, Mobilization, Demobilization, Lump Sum. B.18.1, Craneway Lump Sum for contract ID number 24D042. B.15, Detour Access Road Lump Sum for contract ID number 24D044. B.22, Support Equipment Lump Sum for contract ID number 24D011. Showing you the Dpwh Standard Project Billboard. Minimum Material Testing Equipment for Medium Contractors for contract ID numbers 24D011, 42, 43, 44, and 64. Showing you the minimum materials testing equipment for medium contractors. Contract ID number 24D011 Re-Advertisement, Guinayangan, TAGKAWAYAN, Diversion Road, Package A, Quezon. Showing you the location map, vicinity map, and perspective. General plan and general elevation. Scope of work, construction of Pier 2 column and coping beam, and Pier 2 superstructure consisting of pre-stressed concrete box girder of 14 linear meter wide by 100 linear meter in length with deck slab, sidewalk, parapet concrete railing. Construction of 10 board piles at Pier 3 pile cap and other miscellaneous items. Showing you the equipment requirements. Showing you the manpower requirements. Approved budget for the contract is 284,675,000 pesos with a contract duration of 300 calendar days. Major category of works, bridge, construction, concrete superstructure with cast-in-place piles. Showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D042. Manila Cavite Bypass Road Package B Cavite. Showing you the vicinity map, Calabarzon map, and key map. Layout plan. General plan. General elevation and general section at abutment A and B. Bridge 8 general plan and general elevation. Typical pier elevation and plan. Scope of work for Bridge 7, construction of sidewalk at left and right side, concrete railing and the slope protection, sheet pile and pile cap. For Bridge 8, construction of substructure, sheet pile, pile cap, span 1 and 2 of Bridge 8, 6 lanes, 25-meter width, reinforced concrete slab and sidewalk as superstructure of span 1 and 2 supported by 1.8-meter diameter board piles at column at Pier 1. Abutment A and B having a 1.5-meter diameter board piles and columns respectively. The total length of Bridge 8 is 40 linear meter having a span of 20 meter, 20 meter, 20 meter. Showing you the equipment requirements. Showing you the manpower requirements. Approved budget for the contract is 139,925,000 pesos with a contract duration of 300 calendar days. Major category of works, bridge, construction, concrete superstructure with cast-in-place piles. Showing you the similar categories of works. Source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D043, Re-Advertisement, Sangley Airport Access Road, Package E, Cavite. Showing you the vicinity map and key map. Layout plan and straight line diagram. Typical roadway section. Plan and profile. Scope of work. Proposed graveling of road with slope protection using geotube with hand-laid rock embankment covered with reinforced concrete slope protection with concrete sheet pile. Armor rocks and tetrapods on left side or seaside. Armor rock as base separated by geotextile and stone masonry on right side for embankment with height less than 5 meters or reinforced concrete retaining wall on right side for embankment with height of more than 5 meters. Showing you the equipment requirements. Showing you the manpower requirements. Approved budget for the contract is 139,925,000 pesos with a contract duration of 240 calendar days. Major category of works, roads, construction, slope protection, using structural measures. Examples are revetment, retaining structures, and wire-net. Showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D044, Re-Advertisement, Sangley Airport Access Road, Package F, Cavite. Showing you the vicinity map and key map. Layout plan and straight line diagram. Typical roadway section. Plan and profile. For the scope of work, proposed graveling of road with slope protection using geotextile with hand-laid rock embankment covered with reinforced concrete slope protection with concrete sheet pile. Armor rocks and tetrapods on left side or seaside. Armor rock as base separated by geotextile and stone masonry on right side for embankment with height less than 5 meters or reinforced concrete retaining wall on right side for embankment with height more than 5 meters. Showing you the equipment requirements. Showing you the manpower requirements. Approved budget for the contract is 139,925,000 pesos with a contract duration of 240 calendar days. Major category of works, roads, construction, slope protection, using structural measures. Examples are revetment, retaining structures, and wire-net. Showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D064, Re-Advertisement, Alaminos San Pablo City Bypass Road, Package K, Laguna. Showing you the vicinity map and key map. Layout plan. Typical roadway section. Single arm post details and section of mast arm. Plan. Scope of work, installation of 100 watts LED 12-meter pole solar street light with construction of foundation, pedestal including removal and reinstall of RCPC, reconstruction of sidewalk and installation of miscellaneous structures and pavement markings. Showing you the equipment requirements. Showing you the manpower requirements. Approved budget for the contract is 115,800,000 pesos with a contract duration of 300 calendar days. Major category of works, traffic engineering and management system, including road safety devices. Showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. That's all po for the technical component of the projects.
Good morning. I am Engineer CJ Sota from the Construction Division, and I'm about to present the financial component of the pre-bid. Bid data sheet. ITB Clause 10.3. The required PCAB license for this contract is as follows. For contract ID number 24D042, 43, 44, and 64, license category B and license classification medium A. For contract ID number 24D011, license category A and license classification medium B. ITB Clause 22. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically or online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. The address for receipt of bids submitted manually is at Bidding Room, Dpwh Region 4A, Canlubang Interchange, Barangay Mayapa, City of Calamba, Laguna. And electronically should be submitted at electronicbids_R4A at dpwh.gov.ph. The deadline for receipt of bids is on February 20, 2024 at 10 a.m. for contract ID number 24D011, 42, 43, 44, and 64. For bids to be submitted electronically or online, the following procedures should be observed following Department Order number 87 series of 2020. GCC Clause 4.1. The procuring entity shall give possession of the site to the contractor upon the receipt of the notice to proceed. The start date should not be later than 7 calendar days from its issuance date of receipt of the notice to proceed. GCC Clause 7.2. In case of semi-permanent structures such as buildings of types 1, 2, and 3 as classified under the National Building Code of the Philippines, concrete asphalt roads, concrete river control, drainage, irrigation line canals, river landing, deep wells, rock causeway, pedestrian overpass, and other similar semi-permanent structures, 5 years. For contract ID numbers 24D043, 44, and 24D064. And in case of permanent structures such as buildings of types 4 and 5 as classified under the National Building Code of the Philippines, and other structures made of steel, iron, or concrete, which comply with relevant structural codes, DPWH standard specifications, such as but not limited to steel, concrete bridges, flyovers, aircraft movement areas, ports, dams, tunnels, filtration and treatment plants, sewerage systems, power plants, transmission and communication towers, railway system, and other similar permanent structures 15 years for contract ID number 23D011 and 23D042. Bid security. Bidders are allowed to choose any of the following forms: cash, cashier's check, manager's check, issued by a universal or commercial bank, 2% of ABC. Bank draft, guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank. If issued by a foreign bank, it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a universal or commercial bank, 2% of ABC. Surety bond callable upon demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, 5% of ABC, and bid securing declaration. Bids and bid securities shall be valid within 120 calendar days from the opening of bids. Amount of bank guarantee, irrevocable letter of credit, cash, cashier's check, manager's check, 2% of ABC. For contract ID number 24D011, 5,693,500 pesos. Contract ID number 24D042, 2,798,500 pesos. 24D043 and 44, 2,798,500 pesos. Contract ID number 24D064, 2,316,000 pesos. Surety bond 5% of ABC. Contract ID number 24D011, 14,233,750 pesos. 24D042, 43, and 44, 6,996,250 pesos. 24D064, 5,590,000 pesos. Checklist of legal and technical requirements of the bid proposal. Part 1, technical component envelope, which consists of Class A documents, legal documents, technical documents, and financial documents, and Class B documents. And Part 2, financial component envelope. Submission of bid. Two-envelope system, documentary requirements duly signed, paginated with ear tags and bookbound for technical and financial envelopes. Envelopes 1 and 2. 1 original and 2 duplicate copies placed in one sealed envelope. Payment process of bidding documents. Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Fridays, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Bidding dates. February 20, 2024 at 10 a.m. for contract ID numbers 24D011, 42, 43, 44, and 64. Contract ID, cost of bidding documents. For contract ID number 24D011, 42, 43, 44, and 64, 50,000 pesos. Important notice. The net financial contracting capacity or NFCC of the bidder shall be used in the eligibility processing. Prospective bidder must have an NFCC of at least equal to the ABC to be procured as follows. IRR section 23.5.2.6. NFCC is equal to current assets minus current liabilities times 15 minus value of portions of all outstanding works under the bidder's ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts to be started, which portions coincide with the contract to be bid. CLC or credit line commitment shall no longer be accepted per GPPB Resolution Number 20, Series of 2013, dated July 30, 2013, and Department Order Number 37, Series of 2014, dated March 26, 2014. In the NFCC, the fixed factor 15 shall be used in the computation of the NFCC regardless of the contract duration. As per Department Order 193 series of 2016, the procuring entity shall disqualify the contractor from participating in the bidding or award of contract for infrastructure projects if his firm incurred a delay in any of his ongoing contracts, government or private, which is considered attributable to him pursuant to the provisions of IRR of RA 9184 in any of the following cases. Number 1, where the firm incurred a negative slippage of at least 15% of his ongoing contract in accordance to section 34.3.b.ii of Rule X post qualification of RA 9184. Number 2, where the delay in the completion of work has exceeded the time duration equivalent to 10% of the specified contract time plus any approved time suspension. The same shall be subject for rescission in accordance with Section 8.4 of Annex E of RA 9184. Or number 3, where the total liquidated damages has exceeded 10% of the total contract price. The same shall automatically taken over by the procuring entity or award to a qualified contractor through a negotiation in accordance with Section 8.5 of Annex E of RA 9184. Work experience in similar contracts. Prospective bidder must have done a single largest completed contract or SLCC similar to the contract to be procured, and whose value at current prices is at least 50% of the ABC to be bid. GPP BNPM number 150 series of 2016. A temporary PCOB certificate of license can substitute the requirements of submitting a valid PCOB license as part of eligibility requirements. That's all for the legal and financial component of the pre-bid. Let me share po the electronic submission of bid.
Electronic submission and receipt of bids. For conduct of procurement activities during a state of calamity or implementation of community quarantine or similar restrictions, authorizing the submission and receipt of bids through electronic means or email. Our legal references for the submission of bids electronically are the Department Order Number 87, Series of 2020, GPPB Resolution Number 9, 2020, dated May 7, 2020, and the 2016 Revised IRR of RA 9184. The prospective bidders shall prepare and submit their bids electronically following the steps prescribed under with DO 87, 2020 in accordance with GPPB Resolution Number 9, 2020 as follows. The Back Secretariat shall post the invitation to bid and bidding documents in the Dpwh and PhilJEP's websites and at any conspicuous place for 7 calendar days per Section 21 of the IRR of RA 9184. Upon posting of the invitation to bid and bidding documents, the Back Secretariat shall create the contract ID folder in the eBid portal. This is the Dpwh electronic bid submission and receipt portal. This is the contract ID folder created by the Back Secretariat in the eBid portal. The contractor shall purchase the bidding documents per Section 17.4 and Appendix 8 Guidelines on the Sale of Bidding Documents of the IRR of RA 9184. The applicable fee for the specific project is indicated in the invitation to bid. Prior to the deadline of submission of bids, the prospective bidders shall send an email with subject official receipt for contract ID to electronicbids_R4A@dpwh.gov.ph. Attached to the said email is the copy of the official receipt of purchase of bidding documents in portable document file PDF format with file name in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore official receipt dot PDF. For example, the file name of the attached PDF containing the official receipt of the contractor with pickup ID number 12345 who intends to participate in the bidding of contract ID number 21D00001 shall be 12345 underscore 21D00001 underscore official receipt.pdf. Further, the email subject would be official receipt for 21D00001. This is the confirmation of the electronically submitted official receipt. An email shall be received by a prospective bidder confirming its successful submission of the official receipt. Only the electronic bids of bidders who have successfully submitted an electronic official receipt shall be accepted. This is the folder of the OR received in the eBid portal. This is the OR submitted by the contractor received in the eBid portal. Upon submission of electronic proof of purchase of bidding documents or the OR, the contractor may now send its electronic bid with file name format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid.zip or .rar or .7z with email subject format bid submission for contract ID. Its bid must be in a password-protected archive format and shall contain 2 password-protected archive files, the technical and financial proposal. This is an acknowledgement receipt email that will be received by the contractor upon submission of its bid. This is the folder submitted in the eBid portal. Similar to manual submission, prospective bidders shall prepare their bids in 2 file folders, each for the technical and financial components. The file name of the technical and financial components folders should be in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore technical and pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore financial. Subsequently, each of the technical and financial components file folders shall be compressed, password protected, and named in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore technical.zip or .rar or .7z and pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore financial.zip or .rar or .7z respectively. Each file contained in the technical and financial components file folders shall be in PDF format, either scanned or exported, published, with file name in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore descriptive file name.pdf. The compressed archive file folders of the technical and financial components shall be compiled in a password-protected compressed archive main file folder with file name in the format pickup underscore contract ID underscore bid. In case the total file size of the main archive file folder is more than the allowable size of an attachment per email of the prospective bidder's email service provider, they shall need to split its electronic bid into two or more password-protected compressed archive main file folders. The email submitting the prospective bidder's electronic bid should have a subject in the format bid submission for contract ID. In case of multiple compressed archive main file folders, it shall be submitted in multiple emails, each with subject in the format bid submission 1/2 for contract ID, bid submission 2/2 for contract ID. If a bidder wishes to modify its electronic bid, he may do so following the procedures in the manual submission of bid, or he may choose to submit his modification electronically in the same format prescribed in the preparation and submission of an electronic bid, except that the subject of the email submitting the bid modification shall be labeled Bid Modification X for contract ID, where X represents the number of bid modifications submitted. For example, the subject of an email submitting a first bid modification for contract ID number 21D00001 should be bid modification 1 for 21D00001. This is the same in the prescribed format in the preparation and submission of electronic bid, except that the bid modification main archive file folder shall be labeled as pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid modification underscore x dot zip or dot rar or dot 7z. In case a prospective bidder that have purchased a bidding document decided not to participate, he may choose to submit his letter of non-participation manually or electronically. In case of electronic submission, the contractor shall send an email with the subject non-participation for contract ID with the letter of non-participation as attachment with file name pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore non-participation.pdf. This email should be sent to electronic bids underscore R4A at dpwh.gov.ph before the deadline for bid submission. Bids may only be withdrawn prior the deadline for bid submission. In case of withdrawal of an electronic bid, the bidder shall send an email with the subject bid withdrawal for contract ID and the letter of bid withdrawal in PDF format with file name pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid withdrawal.pdf shall be attached. This email should be sent to electronic bids underscore R4A at dpwh.gov.ph before the deadline for bid submission. The box secretariat shall close the contract ID folder in eBid portal on the deadline of submission and receipt of bids. This is the closed contract ID folder in the eBid portal. The box secretariat shall download the bids from the eBid portal to the local computer. Only during the actual opening of bids shall the bidder disclose the passwords for his electronic bid. This can be done by the bidder's authorized representative verbally in person, through phone call, online platforms, or through writing. In all cases, the bidders will have only 3 attempts or 15 minutes whichever comes first, to provide the correct password. Otherwise, the bidder shall be disqualified except in unforeseen justifiable circumstances. The bidder may also be subjected to the three-strike policy as warranted by the circumstances. If the bidder chooses to disclose the password through phone call, he should make sure that the contact numbers as recorded in the Civil Works application are open when the bank calls to ask for the password. The bidder may also choose to call the bank number during the bid opening time and wait for the opening of his bid for him to disclose the password. For online call, video calls, the bidder may call the bank messenger account. If the bidder chooses to attend the bid opening through online conference, the bidder should join the meeting using the given link. If the bidder chooses to disclose the passwords through writing the letters for password 1, main file folder, technical component file folder, and password 2, financial component file folder, should be enclosed in separate envelopes with the sender details such as AMO, bidder name, and address. Address to the bank chairperson with the details of the bidding such as contract ID, contract name, bid opening date and time. Signed and sealed with a remark, password 1 or 2. Do not open before actual bid opening date and time. All electronic bids, password-protected compressed archive main file folders shall be opened first for the opening of the technical component compressed archive file folders. This shall be followed by the opening of the bids submitted manually for the opening of the technical component envelopes. The same procedures apply for the financial component compressed archive file folders and financial component envelopes. The bank secretariat shall open the financial proposal archive file. Notes and reminders for the contractors in the preparation and submission of bids. Only bidders with system-accepted proof of payment shall be allowed to submit their electronic bids, which shall not be beyond the deadline specified for the submission of bids. An email shall also be received by a prospective bidder in instances where their sent email related to the submission of electronic OR of purchase of the bidding documents if it has incorrect subject contract ID, which means that a corresponding folder with the same contract ID does not exist in the eBid portal. If it has no attachment, if it has an attachment but is not in the prescribed format, if it has more than one attachment, or if it was received after the deadline of bid submission. For the foregoing cases, the prospective bidders should rectify or correct the noted deficiencies to comply with the requirements for its electronic bid to be accepted. The bidders must submit their electronic bid using the registered email address in the Civil Works application. In case prospective bidders are not yet registered in the CWA, they can use any email address subject to the verification of the bank secretariat. For joint venture, the format of pickup ID to be used by the bidder in naming their files, folders, and archives shall be JV-pickup ID of the lead member. If a bidder chooses to submit an electronic bid, the same bidder can no longer submit a bid manually for the same contract and vice versa. Bid modification can be submitted electronically or manually, regardless of the manner by which the original bid was submitted. If a bidder submitted modifications both electronically and manually for a specific contract, the submission with the latest official date and time of receipt shall prevail. The submitted official receipt of purchase of bidding documents shall include the correct and complete names of the contractors who will submit their bids. Notes and reminders for the receipt of bids. An auto-reply email shall be sent to acknowledge receipt of electronic bids in instances where an email is sent with incorrect subject contract ID, which means that a corresponding folder with the same contract ID does not exist in the eBid portal. Without any attachment, with attachment that is not in the prescribed format, with more than one attachment, or submitted after the deadline. An auto-reply email shall also be sent regarding withdrawal of bid, non-participation, and if the bidder has yet to submit proof of purchase of bidding documents or the official receipt. Emails with more than one attachment with invalid subject contract ID and unrecognized transactions shall be automatically moved to the unidentified documents subfolder in the procuring entity's main folder in the eBid portal. This is the unidentified documents folder in the eBid portal. The following shall not be accepted by the eBid portal. Submission of bid without initially submitting the proof of purchase of bidding documents or the official receipt. Submission of bid after the deadline, and submission of proof of purchase of bidding documents after the deadline. Notes and reminders for the opening of bids. For a hybrid system of submission where electronic and manual bids were received for a particular contract, electronic bids must be opened first before the manual bids. If a bidder committed typographical errors in the submission of electronic bid or attached files in the wrong format, the bid shall be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The BAC shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of the contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid or improperly compressed or password-protected folder or for its premature opening. If an electronic bid or file was found to be damaged and could not be extracted or opened, the bid shall be considered failed. Notes and reminders for non-participation and bid withdrawal. In case of non-participation and withdrawal of bids, the BAC Secretariat shall check the letters of non-participation, bid withdrawal received in the dedicated email address and stored in the eBid portal, and shall observe the provisions under Section 26.2 of the IRR of RA 9184 and DO 17 Series of 2015.
Okay, thank you. So double check ko lang po yung ating roster of participants. We acknowledge Engineer Re-Advertisement Molano, back provisional member for all types of procurement.
Good morning po.
Good morning, attending today's procurement activities. So we have 5 members present for today's activities. And wala pong umattend na interested bidder via Zoom. But since this is posted on Facebook Live, we are encouraging everyone to get a copy of the PB conference minutes through our back secretariat here at the regional office. And for those also who have additional questions or requests for clarifications for any of the matters discussed in today's PB conference, you may submit them within 3 days from today so that the back may issue a bid bulletin within 7 days from the deadline to issue a bid bulletin in response to the written query or request for clarification. Okay, and since there is no other matter left in the agenda of the back for today, our back meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.
Po.